Yeah, you know it. New week, new heat. Big Ken, Benji Banks, Tristan Michelle. It's the fire session, y'all. Let's light it up. Yeah, you tapped in. You already know what it is. We got another dope episode for ya. Per the usual, we got some hot topics, some conversation topics, some conversation pieces. You know what I'm saying? And of course, I broke chronicles because we gotta talk about when our pockets was tapped back then.
I can't eat. I'm broke.
But you know what I'm saying? Hey, we ain't on that no more. We bubbling over here. Thank God. Thank God.
Oh,
All
you
right.
bubbling, huh?
Yeah. No, not my stomach.
Not
My stomach. You know what I'm saying? Not my stomach.
Oh no. Oh man. Oh my stomach.
All right.
Drinking that milk, huh?
No, sir. No, indeed. No. But before we jump into the fight, we gotta check and make sure our people is good. Trisha Michelle, you good? You good, bud?
You good, Mud?
I'm great. It's been a good week. It was a good weekend. And I got a tattoo over the weekend.
Yeah, I saw that joint.
Yeah.
Mom's
Yeah.
on the lower part of the leg, huh?
Yeah, it was a cover up from a tattoo I got when I was super young that I've always hated
Hold on,
anyway.
wait. A cover up. So
Yeah.
you had a boy's name on your leg?
I would never in my life. Never in my life. I don't care marriage. I don't care none of the above. I will never in my life. Do you guys understand this? Okay. Make sure we're crystal clear.
Never.
So anyway, it was a couple of like little flowers that at the time, had I paid attention to, the tattoo artist made little clovers and they were so bootleg looking. They weren't even really like, and then it was on the foot. I got it in the middle of summer. The 100-degree was smacking my foot, burning. So like I didn't even let it heal right. It needed a redo. It needed love. So,
Got a
revamp.
tattoo in the garage, huh?
No, definitely didn't do that. But it just wasn't what it needed to be. And then I didn't help it with the healing. So I knew I was gonna get it covered. And then after things happened the way they happened, I knew what I wanted. And so I worked with tattoo artists that my nephew and my brother go to, and he's done a couple of football players' tattoos too. So yeah, his work was pretty nice. So got my tattoo. And that's one of my favorite pieces now.
Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
That's all right.
That's what's up.
I saw that. So still condolences on that, moms and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's what's up. I still don't have any tattoos.
neither.
None, nil. No tattoos, no piercings. So yeah, so
Ain't
I've
had a
always
piercing
been
in my life.
yeah, I've always been interested. I used to be a big fan of Black Ink, right? The
Yeah,
show
Black Ink,
because
yeah.
I loved the art aspect of it and I love watching the tattoos. But people be like, "So you always talking about Black Ink? Do you have any tattoos?" No, not one. So I still want some tattoos, but I'm like, nah. At 45, I'm good. Like if I ain't got them by now, I'm good.
I think before I retire from this earth, I think I might want to get like a family tree on my back or something like that.
At what age do you plan on doing this before
I
you
don't-
retire? Which that date is always unknown.
Right.
So how do you plan that out?
I don't know. That just kind of it sounded good. So, I just
This
figured,
guy.
you know what I'm saying? I don't know. FYI, I've been contemplating this since my 30s. You know what I'm saying? Like, what would I
So
do?
for about 30 years now, you've been contemplating.
Yeah, contemplating.
Okay. Well,
So I don't know, but I figured if I go that route, I would do like a family tree, on my back, something like that. But I don't know. I ain't got no tats, no nothing, and probably like Ken, you know what I mean? I thought about it, but I was like, yeah, I don't know. But hey,
it just
who knows?
it brought back that itch for me. So I got 2 other tattoos I gotta get. before I'm done.
Okay.
All right.
All right.
Before you kick the one on the leg, it's done. Or you gonna do something different?
No, I have some other pieces that I'm gonna have him do in different places, kind of where I already have some other tattoos at. So it's not like I'm gonna be this tatted up person. It's gonna be where I have existing tattoos. So
I'm finna say, why don't you go on and get that sleeve joint?
I'm not gonna do that.
Okay.
I keep my quarter sleeve because when I have on a shirt and whatnot, you can't really see it. There's my tattoos are strategic,
Yeah.
and that's that.
Makes sense. It makes sense. Makes
Okay.
sense. One of these
Hey.
days I get some.
Yeah, right. Benji Banks, the
He's
man, the
not going
brand.
to.
Benji Banks, the man, the brand. Are you good, sir?
He the
Are you
type to put
good?
his own name on himself.
What? Wow. Wow.
Hey man, that might be a good idea.
What I say?
Put Benji Banks on the side of my face right here.
How are you doing, Benji? Are you good? How's life?
I'm
What,
doing good, man.
Benji? What hand you write with?
I'm a lefty. Well, I'm ambidextrous. I can write with both hands.
Well, you can put Benji on one hand and Banks on the other hand since you love yourself so much.
You can go like this.
I
You
mean,
pull up.
Yo,
Hey, yo.
yo,
wild work.
yo.
Wild work. Hold on, I caught that a little too late. You diabolical. I can't believe it. Okay, so I see the way this episode has started out. Yeah. Okay.
Yo.
Jeez. Patricia been walking on the wild side lately.
Hey, I've been good.
Nah, man, I'm good, man. I listen, man. I'll say this. God told me 3.5 years ago, I need you back in a specific position. And, I was like, all right, it's time to get back into that space, right? And I kid you not, the exact thing he told me says, once you get back in this position, all of these things that I promised you are going to happen. And I kid you not, everything that I've desired or wanted since then has been like that. And I haven't had to chase it or anything like that. And I'm grateful for that alone. Because it's like every time I turn around, there's a new door opening. And the only thing we're having to contemplate is, should we take the door? Being wise, being smart, as much as we can as, humans who still trying to figure stuff out. And I'm just grateful that in this season, man, like the doors that keep opening just fit my persona. Like I ain't got to be nobody else. I get the full opportunity to just be me in these spaces. And so I'm grateful for that, man. So that in spite of anything, any challenges, any ups, any downs or whatever, man, I'm just grateful for that. So I'm solid.
That's what's up, man. You know what? Everybody has a season in which
Right.
things just going, what I'm saying, the way you want them to go. And because you're being obedient to God's word and doing the things that he asked you to do, it's your time, my guy. So
Yes, sir.
salute to you and the things
Yeah.
that are happening in your life, man. It's always good to hear, your people around you, prospering and things
Right.
happening well in their lives, man, because there's so much going on in the world, man. You need that positivity.
Facts.
Need it.
Facts.
Yeah.
Speaking of that, man, I've been ripping and running a lot, man. We had some deaths around my family,
Oh wow.
friends group, and
Yeah.
stuff like that in the past month or so. But you know what's great, man, is seeing people and being able to connect with family and friends, regardless of the circumstances. Just being able to see people, especially people you haven't seen in a long time. So shout out to the people I've been running into, man, and it's giving me a renewed energy of love for people, man, and just being
Right.
grateful for the opportunity to lay eyes on people again, man, and a new respect for that. So if y'all see me out in public, man, you know what? I got my new thing. When I say you see it, I really mean it. Like you see it. So when you see me in the store, come up to me, take that picture, man. Let's take that
I'll
picture.
let your boy. Yeah.
Let's make these memories, man. Let's make these things real, man, because we take for
Yeah.
granted that we're gonna see people again and we don't know when. So, you know what I'm saying? We don't want that, you know what I'm saying, to be, oh man, I saw him at the store or I saw her at the store and then next thing you know, blah blah blah. Nah, man. Seize the moment at that time. Chop it up with people. I said too,
Mm-hmm.
when I see people in the store, especially people I know on social media, I ain't gonna walk by them. I ain't gonna walk past them and just look at them like, oh, that's so and so from, and then do the dumb stuff. Walk past you in the store or the mall or wherever you at, then
Right.
send you a message and say, hey, I saw you
I
today.
saw you in the store.
Why
Yeah.
you didn't say, why
Right.
you didn't say nothing, man? You
Folks be
should.
trying to hide, man. Folks be trying to get away.
Man, say something. If you see me out in public, I will not, talk crazy to you. I'm a very, very nice guy, very, very humble guy. Yeah, man. I just want to make sure that, at this point in life, positivity is at the forefront of everything that I do, man. Just trying to reach out to people, just try to connect with people and show love everywhere I go. That's what Big Ken about at this point in my life, man. Just trying to make sure the energy is always positive.
I
Yeah.
agree, man. Big time. We need it for sure,
Yup.
especially nowadays.
Yup. So much negativity out there, man. We don't need no more of that.
Facts.
That quote has been filled.
Facts.
Man,
It's flowing.
For
don't seem
real.
like it's gonna stop anytime soon, man.
Oh no, it's not, man.
Yeah,
It's
They just
probably
put a
gonna.
whole nother cup there. They just keep going.
right.
Yeah,
It's
facts.
because the cup ain't even full yet. Yeah, we
Mm,
got some. Yeah. But hey, life is life, right?
Yeah, for real, man. And you know what's crazy? We always talk about these holidays. So as we get ready to light it up and jump into the fire,
Big
man, we
fat
got a new
season.
holiday. I know y'all always miss me. Can't be coming up with these holidays. Trish
Oh, God.
Michelle
Big
had to
fat
fact check me
season.
last time. She said, I'm gonna go see
'Cause I
myself.
just
And
knew
she
you was
and
lying.
she saw it herself. Okay, so we got a new holiday.
Mm,
Yesterday was National Sandwich Day.
what?
National Sandwich
I missed
Day.
that.
That's what I was about to ask. Benji, you ain't celebrating National
That's not
Sandwich.
like this.
As much as you love a good sandwich,
It was full of sandwiches.
I
Yeah.
did not know yesterday was National Sandwich Day. I would have made my honey hot salmon bite po' boy sandwich yesterday.
I
I
just
would.
went and probably got a free one from somewhere. But
I
however you
mean,
want to swing it.
I don't know. Some of these spots be slipping on their sandwiches. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. So I'd rather make my own. But a good egg sandwich in the morning is still fine.
I
It's
just
an
can't
option.
understand how somebody can mess up a sandwich because I ain't gonna lie to you. The last maybe 2 months, I've been on this big sandwich kick because a lot of times, you know what I'm saying, you can put, some nice vegetables and things
Yeah.
on your sandwich, you know what I'm saying? So I've
Hmm.
been making turkey sandwiches with just, you know what I'm saying, various lettuces and tomatoes,
Butter lettuce.
Roma tomatoes. So, whatever, I have some garlic aioli
Okay.
spread. So
Fire. Fire.
yeah. It's just
Yeah,
basic
fire.
sandwich, man. And it just my daughter said, "You eating a sandwich again?" These kids don't understand. When we was kids, that's all we had a lot of time
Quick.
was
Breakfast.
sandwiches.
Yeah.
You
Hey,
know what
the
I'm saying?
sandwich is a quick fix. You know what I'm saying? You take some spaghetti, wrap it up in a piece of bread, boom, you got a sandwich and you out the dough. I'm just saying.
Now what the hell?
I'm just saying. That's a sandwich, right? Some
It's like
spaghetti.
the whole plane just crashed. Because what the how you just okay. It's a
Listen,
bread. It's in between two slices of bread. It's a
I mean,
sandwich.
even if you got the one, you know what I'm saying? Bow. You just close that
I
joint up, got
understand.
you a little spaghetti taco sandwich.
This boy is wild. I swear.
You know what
Oh
I'm
my
saying?
goodness.
Sprinkle a little cheese on top of
Hey,
that
ain't
joint.
nothing like
Bow.
having sandwich supplies when you at the beach. It's hot.
I'm
You
telling you.
done. You tired. You throw that sandwich. Even some Doritos. Put some Doritos in the sandwich.
Facts.
It's
Fire
true.
too.
You can even
But
feed the
that
seagulls.
so nice. What?
You can feed the seagulls with your
No.
bread.
That's not what we're here for. We're talking about being
Just
tired after being
being
like,
selfish.
what's wrong? What's wrong with him, kid?
You being
I don't
selfish.
know.
You being
I don't
self.
know, man. This guy.
You been
But
saying, come on, you ain't gonna feed the birds out
Yeah,
there at the
some
beach?
birds. Okay.
You like,
facts.
Look, I ain't
Facts.
good. They good. They ain't getting none of mine.
I
Facts. I
mean,
ain't here to feed the birds. I'm here to feed
Ah,
like,
me.
yeah.
Me and
I'm just
mine.
saying, you know. I'm just
Yeah.
saying though, a good spaghetti sandwich is fire though. So it's what you know.
sure.
Yeah.
That man said a
Sure.
spaghetti sandwich.
It
Yeah.
just
All right. All right. Well, I mean, hey, as Trish Michelle said, really anything you put between two pieces of bread or on a slice of bread could be considered a sandwich. So that is.
there
It's
it
a
is.
sandwich.
I mean, okay, I'm gonna leave that one alone
I'll
because
allow it.
What
Whatever you was
is
finna say, I'll allow it. Cause I already know where you're going. I'll allow it. I'll allow
we good.
it. I mean,
so why is a hot dog not a sandwich?
that's a good
uh,
question.
I don't know.
Bread.
I don't know. Glizzy, yeah, no, I can't consider it a sandwich. I
Do they
can't.
call it a hot dog sandwich?
I think at one point in time they may have. We'll have to do the research on that. We'll have to do the Googles on
Get,
that.
get me
But
about it. Benji got me over here on some random thoughts now. Get me about
I mean, I just the thought of a glizzy, you know what I'm saying? See, a
No one is
sandwich.
saying glizzy. You now you want to talk about things that's got okay. You eat the
I,
glizzy, huh?
listen, all I'm saying
You eat
is
the
that
glizzy, don't
a
you?
sandwich, you feel comfortable. You know what I'm saying? You good. You don't feel ain't no funny thoughts, no none of that in there. You get what I'm saying? But
What
you know what
thoughts
I'm
do
saying?
you have
Before
when
the
you eat?
internet, you got to understand, dudes was really taking these joints to the face with like no consciousness,
what did he say?
and
Face value.
it just don't. Yeah, we can't call it a sandwich. It just don't fit. A sandwich
We
is to
should
be
call it a sandwich
enjoyed.
so that you guys won't think that
Oh
way.
man, that man said
Lord
he ain't
Jesus,
taking no glizzy to the face no more.
the internet is a wild
You're taking it to
place.
Face Town. All right.
Yeah, hey, you can't eat no glizzy. You can't eat no banana. You can't
No
eat no. You
pickles,
can't eat no pickles. No
no
popsicle.
carrot. Yeah,
Uh, no,
yeah, no.
I mean, thugs wasn't really out here eating carrots like that. So
I
Yeah,
mean,
yeah. I'm
I
like, who
think you.
just? All right, freaking
I think you
rabbit.
safe if you eat a carrot. All right, fans. You know what I'm saying, viewers. You know what I'm saying, my people out there. Like, let us know. Is it okay to eat a carrot in public?
no.
I eat baby
Walk it
carrots.
down. Listen, we ain't Bugs Bunny in this
Little
joint.
baby carrot with some ranch.
I mean, it's okay for women to eat carrots.
And
So
yeah,
for
duh,
women to eat
I
yeah.
don't think
glizzies.
anybody anywhere. You're never gonna just find someone eating a big carrot.
That's
Like
what I'm
that's
saying.
random.
But then nobody out there is smashing on a carrot like that. No way. And
I
if they
mean,
are, they're gonna cut it up or something like that. But you know what I'm saying?
listen,
People,
Yeah. So
when
then
we
you
was younger, people used to eat carrots because they told you it would help your vision. And people don't care about their eyes
everybody
no more.
blind still.
get you some beta
I love
carotene.
carrots, and I've got astigmatism. So here we are.
See, they y'all lied to us.
Lies you
Lied
tell.
to us.
Lied. But I'm just
Yeah,
saying, yeah, I mean, maybe of the Caucasian persuasion, folks is eating
this guy,
carrots like Bugs Bunny. I don't
this
know.
guy. All right, yeah.
Culturally, you know what I'm saying? It just don't fit in niggerdom. It don't. It don't
This guy.
fit.
All right. All right. Well
Oh
then,
my gosh. It
that'll
just keeps
that
going.
that'll do.
What did you
That'll
eat
do,
in your
pig.
show
That'll do.
again?
That'll do, pig.
All
These
right.
goldfish are fire.
All right. There ain't nothing in that bowl,
It ain't
brother.
laced
I,
because
yeah, there ain't but
It's
three of them in
gone.
there.
It's
Yeah.
gone.
special
Yeah.
fish right there.
All right. Well, while we talking about this, we in this food lane talking about this food and stuff, man. Kraft has announced that they are releasing a new mac and cheese flavor. Let's make this interesting.
What?
Trish Michelle, what flavor would you like to see them introduce with mac and cheese?
None of the above because I don't eat it. Not from there.
You don't eat mac and cheese?
I don't eat Kraft mac and cheese.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, well that's
I
fair.
feel you.
Benji Banks, if you could have Kraft make a flavor, like what would you want them to have flavor mac and cheese?
The Benji brand. Hmm. I would think. I mean, let's go with it. Let's go with an easy one. Barbecue.
Okay, barbecue
could
mac
throw
and
some
cheese.
out there random, not that I would want them to make, but I feel like if they're trying to be trendy with the times and weird, some seafood boil flavor or something, they're gonna do something stupid.
Okay,
Okay.
seafood boy. That's fair. Well, both of y'all ain't even close to what they talking about from what they put out here on the market. Guess what they finna put out here on the market?
Chitlin.
Apple pie flavored mac and cheese. Apple
What?
pie flavored mac and cheese. That combination, don't know where that came from, but
That
they're
came from a
putting.
white person.
No, it came from somebody high or something. It's,
So,
you know what it
Guy,
might
what's the dude? What's the
no,
dude be doing the food reviews? Guy, whatever his name
it
is.
definitely came
Guy
from
Fieri.
Hawaii people.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Well,
Emerald Lagasse. Is he trying to? What's going on?
Apple
hey man,
pie.
but you know what? Some of the best ideas have come from people who were high on some type of drug.
I would
So
agree.
I can't down talk that.
So you
But
gonna try it?
this new apple pie flavor, I don't know. It
You
makes my
don't know.
you know what? Listen, listen. When it comes to things like this, these mixture of flavors, it's a lot of things out there that we say are weird things, and then when you taste them, they're pretty interesting together. Not saying that I would
Mm-mm.
enjoy it or whatever, but would I try it? If they made it and they said, okay, here it is, and they gave it to me for free, yeah, I might take a spoonful of it and taste it, see what
Try like you at the little Costco. You know what I'm
Well, so
saying? Like, yeah, we got
he's
this
right.
little.
Like I
Yeah.
always say that when it comes to food,
yeah.
I'll try anything food wise once for sure.
Yeah, because there's
Like
some weird combinations of stuff that I've heard, and then when I actually tried it, I was like, you know what, this ain't my thing, but it's not too bad.
yeah,
It's just not my thing.
and then I
Let
don't
me.
like to knock certain things, like
Yeah,
because then how you gonna speak on it to someone else? We had a friend in our friends group that would talk mess about Chick-fil-A. And finally, I was like, "Have you been?" She was like, "No." We was like, "Then shut up," because how you gonna tell
Right.
us anything if
I
you've
can dig
never
that.
even had it to taste it, to say, to speak in a negative way in any type of way about this food? Like you can't really say nothing. So I mean, it might be the best Kraft Mac out there. I
No,
don't
hold
know.
on. Listen. I got to stop both of y'all on the progress of this apple pie mac and cheese. The flavors from sweet. Okay, it depends on how you making your mac and cheese too, because you know some people make it very, very, very savory and it's salty. So the
It's apple pie.
sweetness of the pie might balance off the flavors. It depends on how
that's what
you're
I'm
making it though.
saying.
But
Like
we're
if you,
So
trying to
that
say
I
like
can that I can roll
you're
with.
not gonna make regular Mac first and then put in apple pie flavor. It's gonna
what,
be
what
apple pie flavor Mac.
if
But if
they
it's mixed together in the seasoning, because I'm thinking Kraft either has it in the
it's
cheese
gonna,
seasoning packet.
I guarantee you, it's gonna be mixed together already. But
Right.
check this out: you make the mac and cheese, and then instead of making it in the microwave, whatever, you bake it, right? Give it another, give it because a
Benji,
lot
you should
of
try it for us.
yeah, a lot of mac and cheese.
I'm gonna
You know,
try it.
when people make real mac and cheese, they bake it.
So Ken, where is this available at? You think we can find it on Amazon? I need
Yeah,
my listeners, I need the followers
I'm
out
gonna send it
there.
to you, and you're
Shoot
gonna know
that
what it
to
is.
us, and I'm gonna make it, and I'm gonna do a food review on this joint for the fire session. We're gonna tag the fire session, we're gonna hook it up, and we're gonna do a food review on that joint.
It is
yeah,
Apple pie, mac and cheese, and we're
at
gonna do a
Walmart.
taste test on it. It's
yeah.
at Walmart.
Yep,
Okay, we're gonna try it out.
All right,
All right.
all
I'm gonna
right. So
send it to you
we're
right
gonna do
now.
that. But you know what? Mac and cheese is an amazing thing, but the best part of mac and cheese is not the taste; it's the sound that it makes. And speaking of stirring mac and cheese, Stefan Diggs reportedly has 4 kids on the way with 4 different women.
No. Wait a minute. He's having
Yes,
twins with one,
They
right?
said
So
they
is that 5 kids?
I don't know. The report I saw today, as of today,
it
from
said 4 with 4 for sure because I know
yeah,
what folks are
from
talking
a
about.
reputable source, news source, it said 4 with 4.
And
So
I
I
don't know
thought
if
one
the
of them was
twins are. I
twins.
don't know if the twins are officially part of that
I heard
yet.
the twins were
Okay.
speculation,
Yeah, I don't
but
Right.
he
Okay.
think
definitely has 4 women pregnant right now.
Right.
So including Carly B. So
yeah.
this is
Damn,
crazy, bro. Like,
your boy been running.
can you imagine this though? Like for
No.
Cardi B, this got to be very, very bad.
I
Because
don't know.
hold
I don't.
hold
Go
on,
ahead.
she leaves the situation she's in, turmoil, right? You go and you run off with this other guy, and then you attach yourself to him. It's all over the news. It's public. You know what I'm saying? And you pouring your heart out. Now you done ran off from your estranged husband,
Hmm.
and now you're pregnant by another guy, only to find out that he got 3 other chicks pregnant too.
Yeah, that does sound wild. I guess the only thing to be kind of, optimistic about it, I guess if that's the right word, is she was married to him. He had been cheating all of this time while she was loyal. She gave him everything.
So
She
she
was ready
says.
for that. Right. She was ready to be out of that. She meets Stefan Diggs and she just wants to have another kid, whether it be out of spite or whatever it may be, whatever, for him cheating. You know how folks like to go tit for tat. And she decided, you know what? No strings attached at this moment. I just want to have a kid with you. And that to a lot of women is just freedom. Like, I don't have to worry about you cheating on me. So let me just go ahead, and you're an athlete, you're this, and listen, it's a different level because I know he was working Cardi B like a rib with extra sauce. I'm just saying.
Well,
I feel like we in grown folks' business as a community, and it's seeming more like an open relationship.
Right.
She is unbothered by it by
Right.
far, and
Mhm.
clearly he's still pushing up on and in between and up and in things. I don't know how far along the other three are, but and also
Really close
they
from
all
what I heard.
could have happened all at the same time before him and Cardi got serious. So it could have just been women that was when they were talking, and now it became more of a thing over here. But you can't do nothing about the babies that you got on the way because these women very much want your money, so they're gonna
Right.
have those babies. But you're now serious with Cardi possibly. So I don't. It looks real bad.
Right.
Just not knowing the real truth behind it, and I think for them it's like we just gonna let y'all talk. Stefan
And
ain't
I
said a
agree.
word. He ain't said a word about nothing. He ain't confirmed. He
Right.
ain't denied. He ain't said nothing. And she ain't really said too much about it either. She like whatever. She know I knew about that kid already. Is what she said about something. One of
Right.
them was. So I mean, it's coming off like unbothered, which has to be either we open or it was before. There's nothing we can do about it. Here we are now. Yes, these babies is on the way, but here we are.
I
And
don't
that's what
agree. I don't agree. I don't
I
agree.
think that that's the freedom that maybe she
I don't
wants
agree
from
none of
being
that.
in a
I think
marriage.
they have great publicists, both of them. They have a
Yeah.
lot of money. He's an NFL player. The
Right.
NFL has told him shut up, and her
Well, he
publicist.
has no
Oh,
choice at this
no,
point. He
no,
in
no, no.
training
I'm
camp
telling
and stuff
you.
like
I'm
that.
telling you. Well, he's in the season,
You're
right?
right.
He's
They're in the middle of the
79
season,
games
so they
in
done
now.
told him to shut up.
Yeah.
They don't need this right now. The team don't need this. And
Right.
then Cardi B just came out with an album, so her publicist told her to shut up, let the
Right.
music play, let the people talk, and just let it go. But I guarantee you, there's some feelings there. I guarantee you on Cardi's behalf
Oh
because
yeah.
we know a firecracker that Cardi is.
Right.
Right. Usually she would have been popping off by now and saying something, but there's a reason why she's quiet. So
She's
hopefully
been
for them
about
it works out. But, Stefan Diggs has been digging.
Yeah, baby, I like it raw.
That's right.
Clearly.
He's been digging.
clearly
He's been digging.
in the
And
mat.
I personally, and
Digging in
me
the mat.
personally, I think she probably feels a great sense of freedom being in this space, not having to worry. I know this what you're doing. Instead of me having to worry about, I'm married to you, you lying to me. Then I find out I know what's going on over here. You done already told me. Sometimes it's just a freedom for women who got their own money, got their own thing. They can call their own shots. They ain't really got a trip with nobody. They listen. I just want a baby by you, and that's it. I'm cool. If we give something serious, cool. I'm gonna be here for these babies anyway. Take care of them, yada yada yada, and
So
I'm
you think
cool.
she wanted a baby or you think they just
I think she
fumbled?
did. I think
She
whether it
definitely
be out of spite or whatever, I think she wanted a baby with
she
Diggs.
definitely she loves having kids. Like she
Yeah.
literally said it. But
Yeah.
I mean, she did say on the podcast, I think it was today or yesterday, that they were asking her because she deleted all of him off her social media at one point. So
Mhm.
they got something where they didn't have some little spats because she was just like, oh yeah, I did, I was, I get a little hot, I'll be a little hot head. She laughing about it. she's like, so I took him off or whatever. I want to see if he gonna notice, or so they got their own. There's some things back there, of course. I mean, for sure, I can't think of any woman that willingly, unless Now hold on, let me not lie. There's a lot of women that if you are honest with them up front, and you let them know what you're doing,
they cool.
They gonna still want you.
Facts.
So
he was at Stephon
first.
Diggs' game
at first.
Sunday.
Of course,
At first.
eventually it turns into I need to be
some
top
feelings
main.
gonna get involved eventually.
Yeah,
right.
So I mean, for now, this is where she's at. I don't know why she would have chose this path. To me, she's a bad bitch, and she ain't got to deal with none of this. But hey,
and I think that's the dangerous part. That's the dangerous part, that people, especially women, start out allowing these guys to do this type of stuff because they're honest and upfront, and then feelings get involved, and then they get upset with the guy because he's operating a certain way. But no, you allowed this in the beginning, and as we discussed many times, this is part of your foundation. So if you started out operating like this,
that's how it's going to be most important.
You can't change a player's game in the 9th inning. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It is what it is.
Well, I mean, and then a lot of times with these NFL players, depending on how they take care of themselves, how they treat themselves, all that type of stuff, CTE, man, that stuff be kicking in. And some of these guys, you don't know what their mindset is of whether I'm going to be here for 50, 60 years or what. So, you know what I'm saying? Let me have as many babies as I can. I got the money. Find me a good woman. Let her take care of them. You get what I'm saying? Who knows? Who cares? You never know, man. It's the life is interesting, for sure.
He likes a lot of Mac. That's all I'm gonna say.
Yeah, stir it like coffee. Stir it like
he'll try the apple pie
coffee
flavor too. He don't care. Give it to him.
Facts. If you follow him from his Minnesota Vikings days, they would say, "Who would you not want to date your sister to the locker room mates around?" And guess who they said? Stephon Diggs.
So see, you got to pay attention to stuff like that, because this is all the men. You think they don't know? Why you think they're saying that?
Of course, those is facts.
They know all the deep dog secrets of what that fool doing.
Facts.
Skeet.
Skeet.
Skeet. Water gun.
All right. So Stephon Diggs missed out on an opportunity for some free advice on his situation, because he definitely gonna need some legal advice and possibly some health advice. But ChatGPT will no longer be able to supply that information for people and provide health, legal, or other licensed advice with the latest update. But let me be clear. ChatGPT can still give general advice, but not tailored advice, right? So if you ask it a general question about these things, it can still give you information. But if you ask it for tailored advice to your situation, or using your name or using specifics, it will not do it. It will spit it back out. It'll tell you it cannot, give you that type of advice. And we already know why, because people go to ChatGPT, ask it any and everything, and then live by that. And then when it doesn't work out the way it's supposed to, then they want to, some backlash there. But it's like, people, you can't go to ChatGPT and ask it about a bump on your left side of your butt cheek and think that that's medical advice. Go to the doctor.
Go to the doctor. It does give a false sense of security, because I do know some people who, when I was doing the colonoscopy and going through that little phase, man, the first thing they did was run up to ChatGPT and was showing me all of this and all of that. And I'm like, you really like that? Like, dog, like, really? That don't make sense. But hey, I mean,
it's really you.
Yeah, you get what I'm saying? And I'm like, okay, you know what I'm saying? So some stuff you just have to leave alone and let people figure it out and examine themselves. But I thought that was interesting for sure.
It became the new WebMD for a lot of people.
Yes.
Because they feel like they're getting a more of an intellectual, personalized, kind of human answer from AI. And that's they're checking more sources for you, but you can't do anything like that with your health. And then legal advice. Now, who in the world is going to rely on chat? But you know what?
They're doing it, and it
They're
works
doing
though.
it. Yeah.
It works for certain things. For like, okay, say
does.
for instance, in our age, a lot of us, with our parents and things like that, getting sick and getting older. A lot of people, like, I had a certain situation where I helped somebody out with a power of attorney. Like they went to ChatGPT, asked it for a power of attorney document, and it was able to spit
Yeah,
out a one that actually worked for them, and they were actually able to take it and get it signed, and it worked.
but to
So
ask you, do you think that I should get a power of attorney on these guidelines with this specific thing going on in my family and blah 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 blah? Like a chat will be like, yeah, sure. Or no, not at all. Don't worry, you don't need that. And you'll be like, okay, well, I didn't get it. Chat told me.
Right.
yeah,
Like,
that
That's
ain't gonna work.
now that part is crazy. That's the crazy part of it all, that you would trust it solely 100% with what it's giving you. And that to me is crazy.
And people do. I
yeah.
swear to you, just like Trish Michelle said with WebMD and Google, people would literally go to Google things and leave it at that, and they feel like they just live and run around here for 6 months thinking they got HIV, and they
I'm
ain't
in,
took noun test because they
I'm in
went
the
to
health
Google.
industry. You know how many
Yeah,
people that be like, oh, I Googled it or WebMD, and I'm like,
That's
and
crazy.
they tripping and they anxiety is through the roof because they looked this up and it's got to be this. I need to see a doctor right now and blah 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 blah. And I'm like, the first thing in my head is, first of all, you probably don't know what's wrong with you. Like that people are crazy. But yeah, I'm glad they're changing it. The update is necessary. I'm glad it's happening. People are wilding out there. Take away some things. It shouldn't be telling you medical advice and legal advice like that. Keep it generalized. Go get the professional help.
yeah, for
Go
sure,
get
for
the
sure.
professional help.
All right,
I
so
know you don't want to pay for that lawyer, but go ahead, fam. Need
yeah,
to.
but I know somebody who gonna need some legal advice, and ChatGPT definitely can't help them, and that's Javante Davis. So
Oh,
Javante Davis was recently, in the news because he has some allegations against him about a domestic violence charge, and the
mhm.
backlash from that has caused the Jake Paul and Javante Davis fight to be canceled
Oh,
because of these
Yes.
allegations. So Jake Paul was pretty upset because that's a huge payday that both of
Facts.
them were banking on and that were going to come to fruition. And a lot of people was waiting on that to come through because a lot of people was going to make a lot of money off of that. And
Yeah.
now they can't because Tank Davis done messed up and got these domestic violence charges, man. What y'all think about that?
Now I'm leaning toward this because the last 5 fights Tank has had, it's been these same allegations in each fight, leading up to it, months out of it, right? So his last 5 fights, all of them have come out with this headline: domestic violence, beat up a so and so girl, beat up his girlfriend. And then that keeps his name in the press, keeps it running. Of course, you're trying to promote the fight. And I want to believe that what's going on with him is that he is using it as a promotional tactic,
Hmm.
right? Because you go back to Floyd's career, he had some of the same stuff that came out against him. They always use it as, media, information to run to the media to keep his name in there. And I want to believe that because, I mean, you're going to pass up 40 some mil over squabbling with a chick? Man, you got to get your priorities together. I'm sorry, man. If you let somebody trick you out of 40 million. So I don't know. And it's scheduled to make more than 40 million if everything goes the right way. So I just want to believe that that's the case. But I mean, they already got headlines that the fight is canceled. So I don't know. Crazy.
yeah, that's what I was just about to say. Ain't no promoting to get the negative press and it's over. Like they canceled it. So my
Yep.
thing is, I don't think he would have made up the scenario to lose it. So that's kind of weird. If I think there's really something that's about to unfold in reference to the type of person that he is. Um,
Mhm.
and this time, this one might be a little bit heftier. And yeah, some things got pulled for it. So I think finally this one might be sticking, and we're gonna see what's up. And I don't know, it's unfortunate, but typically, I won't say typically because I don't want to label fighters or anything like that. But some of these stories run kind of with
Mhm.
them
Right.
together with the type of aggression and the way that they are sometimes with women. But It's unfortunate. And if I was Jake, it's Jake, right? That was supposed to fight him.
Jake
Yeah,
Paul,
I'd be pissed too. I'd be real pissed. I want to sock him. Yeah.
And that's the crazy part.
I actually didn't want to see this fight. I actually want to see him fight Roach or Shakur or Haney or an actual boxer. So I really didn't want to see this fight.
We know this is not a real fight anyway.
We'd always would want to see an actual fight versus
we know this is not a real fight anyway. This is just something for them to make some bread off of. So that's all that really was. But it's crazy that I was thinking the same thing Tristan Michelle was just going into. It's a wild thing that these fighters get in trouble for fighting, right? They're fighters, but they're fighting women outside of the ring, and it's like it's a weird deal because it's like they're trained to fight. Their mind, their everything that they do is geared toward fighting, and then it's like they can't turn it off. You know what I'm saying? It's the same thing with football players, very aggressive, and they get in the same thing because they have an aggression gene or an aggression mindset, and they can't seem to turn it off when they get off the field. So that's very hard. A lot of people can't turn things off like that, like a light switch. They can't turn it on, turn it off. And then some people who can turn it on, turn it off later in life have issues because of that same thing that over here I'm like this, over here I'm like this. And then when this part over here is removed, where you can't have that aggression, take that aggression out over here, now you have to just live with the aggression that you have, and then it comes out in other ways. So, yeah, man, it's unfortunate, as Tristan Michelle mentioned, but, man, it's just one of those things where a lot of people bank on those fights, and a lot of people losing a lot of money by this fight not happening. So, it's gonna be interesting to see what the backlash is, behind this. So, I'm very, very interested to follow the rest of this story to see what actually happens. Moving forward.
They got a lot of cats who want to still be in that spot. So if Tank is out, obviously, which counsel, the date probably will still stand, and they'll probably have to get a ready-made fighter with a decent name to fill in for that spot. So let's hope all together that the fight itself isn't canceled, because even if we get some type of entertainment from it, it would be dope still, kind of in that sense.
Another fight we don't want to see.
Yeah.
I'm like, we can leave the date alone.
But I mean it from the people who can make bread off of it. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's gonna be a fighter that 9 times out of 10, somebody who we don't want to see him fight.
Yeah,
like you said, we want to see a legit fight, not this crap that they come up with. And if I want to see Jake Paul fight somebody that's legit, somebody that's fairly recent, even if they're not in their prime anymore, and then especially somebody in his weight class.
Right.
Like, stop fighting these smaller guys or these, what I'm saying, guys that's 2 or 3 weight classes below you. That's crazy to me, right? We know what it is. We know it's a cash grab. We know it's to make money, but still, I want to see him fight a legit boxer in his range that's not old and out of shape and all these other things. Like, fight somebody, man. Fight somebody that's worth fighting for real.
Facts.
All right. So domestic violence will definitely have a lot of these ladies out here thinking about getting into their soft girl era, right? So when we hear this, and we hear it a lot, right, the first thing that comes to most people's mind is, what the heck is soft girl era? What is that all about? Michelle, talk to us about that. I know you've heard that term before. What does that mean to you?
Please explain to us.
I don't know what the hell it is either, but let me try. Shit.
Well, I have the definition, but I just wanted to ask you all first.
I don't know, because I don't think I got soft girl era in me. I don't know, so give it to us. I don't know. I don't know.
All right, let me give Benji Banks a crack at it. Benji Banks, what do you think soft girl era means?
Okay, so this thought came up to me after seeing Megan Thee Stallion and Klay Thompson. So now I've glanced over the term because I've kind of heard it on a few podcasts, but never really looked into it. But of course, my thought process on looking at Megan and Clay and was it really real? And obviously, yeah, they locked in, seem like, right? She's shaking that thing, and he's missing threes, so we know his legs is kind of dead. She's probably killing him right now. But she said, "I'm in my soft girl era," and to me, it meant she's no longer a no limit soldier. She's not thugging. She's not. You get what I'm saying? Like all of that. Because Clay is a super chill, relaxed. If you know his family, Michael Thompson, you know his mom. I listen to Michael Thompson on the Lakers network. He does the broadcasting on there. And he is the most humble, chill, multi-millionaire, Caribbean type of dude I think you will ever find, right? And he doesn't like rap music. He's very chill. He's chill with his money, and he's just super cool, right? So he's chill. And so to hear Megan Thee Stallion say that she's in her soft girl era, I'm thinking it's like the opposite of that, right? Like you just chill, you're mature now, you're in your soft girl stage where you don't have to, you know what I'm saying, slap
Yeah.
a garden tool on a
I think it's
consistent
where
basis.
you could lay into your ladiness.
Okay. Yeah. I mean,
Aren't
okay.
y'all built with that though?
Well,
No,
that was going to
no,
be something that I wanted to talk
no.
about, but let me give you the definition, and then we can talk about that question right quick, Benji. All right, so the definition according to Google is a soft girl era is a period of intentionally embracing a gentler, more peaceful lifestyle that prioritizes self-care, emotional well-being, and femininity over the hustle culture. It is
Mm,
a conscious shift away from the constant pressure to be tough and be strong. Instead, it involves setting boundaries, living with patience, enjoying life's simple pleasures, a personal journey of softness, kindness, and a focus on inner peace.
inner
That's what
peace.
a soft girl era means.
Inner peace. So, Patricia, do you have some inner peace right now? Have you always had inner peace? And have you been in your, how long have you been in your soft girl era?
I
Or
guess
you
you
still,
could call me
or
a
you
soft.
thugging, or are you a no limit
You
soldier?
gotta
I
call
think
me
I
a
told
soft girl thug because I got boundaries. I got
you.
some
Right,
peace, but I'm still a hustler and I'm still about this money. So
right,
I don't know.
right.
I don't know. I'm getting it. Thugging it out. School, this, that, nursing, this, and it's just in me. But at the same time, I'm gonna go get the massages and the spa days and the protect my peace and not touch my phone and I don't know.
Right,
So I don't think it's ever gonna leave me
right,
to to not hustle and being strong is just like life is crazy. Like she probably has the ability to be in her soft girl era because she got the money to do so too.
Yeah.
So it's less likely a subject to those that still gotta live regular life when
mhm,
life continues to happen. So and you gotta be strong. I don't know. So yeah,
right.
I'm not in it.
You
Whatever that
body, body.
is.
You body, body. You
Yeah,
body. You body.
it's not me.
Okay.
Yeah, I get it, and I think for the average woman out here in the world, there's some aspects of that they can dive into, but it's some they just can't because they need that in order to be able to survive on a day to day basis. What you said, with her having the type of money she has, and then having a boyfriend now who has the type of money that he
Multi-millionaire.
has, like he
Yeah,
can shield you and protect you from a lot of stuff and keep you
That's
from
right.
being exposed from to a lot of stuff that a lot of the average guys can't. They just can't, just can't do out here. So I think that's really what it amounts to. But I think for every woman, that's the goal to get into that soft girl era where you're there and you feel ultra relaxed and your man just got it and he got everything covered. And maybe that won't happen until you get a little older, but that's okay because at some point, you know what I'm saying, I think that's every woman's, idea of being able to relax and being able to just kick back and let your man do what he do. So,
and I,
yeah,
I
Right.
want to say that probably looks different for each
For a
woman
lot
too.
of,
So
yeah,
like whatever that soft girl is, it's probably different levels to it that they are okay with. So you know, it ain't gonna everybody soft girl era ain't gonna look exactly
like hers,
across the
right?
board. You know, everybody want to be like Mike and all this other stuff. It may look different for everybody.
Facts. All
True.
right, so then yeah, chat, ladies, y'all tell us what's the difference in soft girl era for you? What does it mean for you? So
Hmm.
drop those in the chat for sure.
Yeah. So with the soft girl era, that's kind of like the first step in a lot of ladies' journey to venturing down the aisle eventually, right? You know, when
Hmm.
they date and they want to get that soft girl era, that's let them know the man gonna take care of them, and then that way
Hmm.
they can let their guard down to think about getting married someday. But shout out to my guy Benji for always finding thought-provoking questions, right? So we got a question for y'all, right? We're gonna talk about it, but we got a question for y'all too. So we want y'all to put that in the chat in the comments. When a married man is dating a married woman, yes, I said that right, y'all.
Mm.
A
Say that
married
again. Say that one more time. Say that one
a
more time.
married man is dating a married woman, or y'all could put it vice versa. A married woman is dating a married man, whatever. It's two married people, but they're dating each other. What exactly are they both looking for,
Mm.
right? So the easy answer off the rip is some cakes, some sex. That's
Right.
generally the common bond between the two, and they have that draw. But yeah, I think it could go beyond that, right?
Right.
Benji mentioned some things, so I'll let him explain the scenario that he expressed too. So Benji, talk to us, man.
So if I go back to when I was first married, and I ain't gonna throw no names out there and throw, but people who know me know who she was. But at that time, there was a lack of support. I remember vividly being told, "You can't ever leave me because you're a preacher." Like, I'm meaning all I'm asking for is basic support. Like, I take care of everything. Done bought the house, got the car, all of that type of stuff, right? And you just want basic support, you know what I'm saying, from your lady. And so you're dating somewhat a Christian girl, so to speak, right? So you would think her morals are a little bit different in the way she support. And I think at that time, what I noticed was is that solid dudes, or however we want to take that, dudes who were doing it all, I kept running into those types of dudes that weren't getting that support from their lady. But then I would meet these bum dudes with these super dope girls, and they sticking by him like white on rice. And I'm telling you, I'm baffled at it at this particular point in time. And I'm in my early 30s. You get what I'm saying? And you would think, serving in ministry, working, being a good father, doing, all of the things that, we would constitute as being, a good dude, or a woman would view as a good guy, right? That meant you would get absolute support from your mate, doing the right thing by marrying your girl, not just knocking her up, not just giving her 2 and 3 and 4 babies, and you know what I'm saying, doing all of that, but you're doing the solid thing, doing it the right way. That would constitute, oh, okay, yeah, it didn't. So when I was ready to dip, I was like, yeah, I can't do this no more. Like, I'm done with this. I can't do it no more. I connected with a lady who was divorcing at the same time, and she was getting the same treatment on the opposite end. So our connection there, we connected there. And I don't even know if we want to consider that like trauma bonding or
That's
whatever, right?
exactly what that is.
That's exactly what it is, right?
Yeah,
So at that moment, that bond was like, oh, cool. You could talk to her about anything. And she didn't just talk. Like, she's buying you gifts. She's doing X, Y, and Z. But by this time I already said, I'm out. I'm divorced. I don't want this no more. I'm done. And that at that point, I was like, shoot, she was putting the rocks on the table. She wasn't just bluffing, and she was doing that. And that, to me, at that particular point in time, was what made me say, you know what? Yeah, cool. And of course, I was already out the door before that happened. So
Okay, that's interesting, man. I mean, I understand that, and like we just said, that is the, I think, textbook definition of a trauma bond.
Right.
Walked you
You
right
know,
through it.
but
Right.
my question would
Right.
be from both sides, like, how do you know the other person ain't lying, right?
Man,
Right.
Because people will feed you information and tell you about something being so terrible when it comes to certain situations, and then they lying like a mug because they want out because
Right.
of certain reasons, so they just try to make it seem like it's bad. And then some people really in their mind they make it seem like it's worse than what it actually is,
yeah,
right, to substantiate, what I'm saying, their claims. So and also you
Right.
got to be careful too out there, folks, when people are in these type of situations and they pull you in, because sometimes they be using people to make other people jealous, right, to try
right,
to, and you never know, the other woman or the other man might find out about it and it might not end so well.
right. No, I mean, I
That's very
I know
true.
of someone where the dude was telling another woman, so he was cheating, but basically to the other woman, he wasn't cheating. The outside person, he was telling them that they
Hmm.
were not together, that she just lives there, and he's taking care of
Oh
the
Lord.
baby because she's not around like that. It was this glorified, crazy story that the girl stuck around for because that's what her stupid tail believed. I would never in my life believe that story, but she believed so because he swore like he was just a single dad, just oh distraught. The mom
She
just this
just
and that,
living.
whatever. Like, and it just was not really the story on until said person unraveled the dude. Like she unraveled her dude cheating, and she unraveled the story that was being told to the girl. And I was just like, "Oh, this is crazy." But that's so when you were
Dang.
saying you got to be careful. That how do you know the other person isn't lying? Because there's very much these scenarios where they're just saying they're making up these crazy stories just so they can get some you to be there, so they can get some
Yeah.
macaroni
Right.
and 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 they're gonna tell you all these things. Of course, I want to be with you. I'm just trying to get divorced. I'm just waiting till it's final. I'm just blah 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 blah. Like mm, and it never happens. And then you're sitting there 3, 4 years later, like, aren't I? You said you were gonna leave her.
Yeah.
And then, you never know what happens after that when you don't
Can
leave.
you
Then you got fatal attraction and you got what's the other thing where somebody's mad because the other person didn't leave, so they had to kill him. And something I don't know. This you gotta quit playing with people out here.
Crimes of passion.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah.
yeah,
I mean, but you know what?
getting your macaroni on?
Well, I mean, people gonna do that regardless because we're
They gonna get
human,
the
right?
macaroni.
We're human,
Yeah.
and people, especially if you're adult, a lot of people out there searching for that,
Macaroni
right?
easy to get now.
You gotta
So,
get getting your macaroni on.
yeah. So, but the
Can
crazy
we
thing,
can we name it? Can we call it getting your Stephon Diggs on, Ken?
nah, man, we can't do that. We
You
we we
definitely
we,
can't
we
name it
can't
out of
drag the
an
young fella through the
actual
mud
person who
like
has
that,
an
man. We can't. Yeah,
actual
yeah. We
situation
can't. We
going on
can't
that's
do that.
actually a
Yeah,
thing.
you gonna need Chat GPT to give you some legal advice
I'm
if
gonna
you
need you
do
to ask
that.
that chat. Chat gonna be like, well, legally, I'm not legally inclined to tell you so or not, but I don't think you should.
Yeah, facts. But
Right.
but
All
yeah,
right,
it's it.
Chat GPT.
But it's interesting though because first of all, it's funny to me that when Trisha Michelle said that, because I have heard that from so many ladies. They said, well, the guy told them that him and his wife were estranged, but they were still living together, so it's like a roommate situation. I'm like, I have heard this
That is
so
the
many times.
textbook
That's
first
crazy.
lie they
That's
run
wild.
with. They run with that.
That's
I'm
wild.
like, oh wow. So, but there was one time, there was one situation where I heard that, and it was actually true because
Yeah, I do know one person that is
I actually
yeah.
ran into his wife, and
Mhm.
in the store, somebody I know personally, and she explained to me the same thing. And she says, I don't bother him. He does what he does. I do what I do. We live in the same house. We raise our children. It's not technically an open relationship because we don't really do anything together outside of, household stuff. Like we
Right.
don't sleep in the same bed and all this other stuff. I was like, oh, Okay, because she knew I knew him, and she knew, me and him were cool,
Yeah,
and she was just
it was
like, I want you to know the information so it doesn't look crazy to you because I know you his friend, and I don't
Right.
want you to be thinking we over here wilding out. So this
Yeah.
is, this is what it is from my standpoint, just in case he hasn't told you.
Right.
So it's very interesting the scenarios that you run into as an adult, man, because as a young person and as a kid, you definitely didn't think about these type of scenarios and these type of situations going on, but they were going on. But we were just too young and naive to see them, to understand them, and adults around us were experiencing this stuff, and we
Right.
and we had no idea, right? So yeah, welcome to adulting, and
And
this is
adulting.
this is interesting. Every day we find that information about things, but yeah, I think when you're out there, I think a lot of situations too dealing with this is also somebody might be wanting out, but there's a lot of people who are scared to go out there and experience dating, right? So what they want to do is they want to have something in place before they drop this current situation.
Right.
So they
Right.
want to attach themselves to something else so they have something in transition. So even if the one that they're attaching themselves to doesn't work, at least they have something to leave the current situation with, right?
Right.
So it's because you have a lot of people who can't function. They've been in a relationship so long, they don't know how to function outside of one on their own. So they need, what I'm saying, something else to be kind of be a crutch, what I'm saying, to help them, maneuver around. So I think that's a bit of, that too. But at the end of the day, like we said earlier, Benji was talking about his situation. That's a trauma bond 101.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
And truth be told, that's exactly what it is.
And then
Yeah.
they live on some people, the rule is to get out of something, get into something. So that's I've heard people tell people advice. You want to get over, get into something. And
Yeah.
you be like, what? And
Yeah.
then you end up with a trauma bond, a relationship that you just head over heels for, and it's just because y'all, neither one of you wasn't ready to be with this person, and whatever. But
Yeah, you got to
Hey,
be
you
careful
too
though,
high to
man.
get over, too low to get under.
Well, you got to be careful too because you're gonna mess around and you're gonna be under the ground trying to get over something. You know what I'm saying? If you mess with the
Some of
wrong
these chicks is
person.
crazy.
or you're
That
gonna
So
is a
get
yeah,
fact.
something that you can't get over.
That
yeah,
is a fact.
yeah,
Some folks is crazy.
yeah. So but hey, these are the type of situations that we love to talk about on the show because they bring a very interesting conversation dynamic. But it gets even better when you all leave comments and you all leave things in the chat for us to look at, for us to read now, later, whenever, and for other people to continue the conversations after the show because these things need to be talked about. So make sure you're putting your ideas and your outlooks in the comments because we go back and we read that stuff and we're very entertained by the comments that we see for
You
sure.
know what? You know what I want to know? I want y'all to tell us what lies were you told. That's what I want to know, chat. What were you told, or what have you told to someone?
Fellas, this
Interesting.
one, I think y'all would feel more safe in this space. So I would encourage the fellas to chime in because I know y'all been telling some lies.
You
Yeah,
know,
this is a safe
Long
space,
as
you
she
guys.
not following you, long as she's still not following you, because you told one story and got
now you know these men feel that she
yeah.
following.
Guys, don't listen to them. This is a safe space. You know what I'm
It is.
saying? Spill it. Put it out
Oh,
there.
Let us know. This is we're not gonna judge you. We just want to know.
No
We know.
judgment zone.
no judgment zone.
If you get into any issues with this, we'll ask ChatGPT how to get you out of it. How about that?
Facts. We got legal advice for you.
Legal advice and health advice
Yeah.
if you get a bump somewhere. So
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying?
And we'll send you a box of macaroni.
And we might send you
Facts.
some mac and cheese apple pie.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
No.
All right.
Crab style. Yeah.
Craft. You know what I'm saying? Make sure we say craft. You know what I'm saying? Because we don't want people to think he said crab style. No.
Oh,
I legit thought that's exactly what he said.
Yeah, that's why I was
But I was
saying.
like,
Let me be
that's
clear
why
because
that's why I curled my whole little face. I was like, oh,
nobody wants a prehistoric STD. That
Oh,
if you got
Lord.
crabs, that's a prehistoric STD.
Dang, they
that
still
was literally
saying crabs
the
out
lady
here?
had that bump
That
on her left hip. That's what it was. She had the crab.
that is the dinosaur of STDs. Crab.
Gee, right. Like y'all got crabs, man.
Oh,
You was
man.
running, man.
All right, man. Before we get up out
Ugh.
of here, man, we got to crank up the ride and take y'all on the journey to the land of low money with our broke chronicles.
Mm.
Dang it.
All right, my people. For this edition of Broke Chronicles, Big Ken wants to know, have you ever ghosted somebody? That means your friends, a date, or whatever. Anybody, family member. Have you ever ghosted them because you didn't have no money? You was broke. You didn't have no bread.
No ends.
Trisha Michelle, have you ever had to do that before? Have you ever had to tell somebody, you know what, I got something to do today. I'm not gonna be able to go. Gave them some lame excuse, or just didn't answer the phone at all because you ain't had the bread.
Well, I'll say in the dating world, your girl ain't never got to worry about that. But in
Okay, go on and pop your collar.
the world of just friends and family and whatever, the normal is, there's been times, yes, absolutely. Let me tell you. There's been the I hope they don't say nothing because then
Mhm.
I ain't gotta go. So like you just hope the plans aren't mentioned because then we not going. Now it don't matter that I ain't got the money because you didn't say nothing. Or they say something late, like, oh girl, I done already, you know what? I done already done started on doing something else now or whatever. But I've definitely especially when I was younger, yeah, I didn't ghosted, just been like, oh, I fell asleep. My bad. Supposed to go out, Like, dang, I am so sorry. I was so dick dog tired. I don't look whole time my wallet was tired. But
Right.
I've
Dang.
definitely done so. And I have, let's see. There's scenarios. They exist. This is real. Like I've
Right.
definitely had to back out. I turned into the honest friend eventually. I was like, look, right now, I ain't got it. And then I
Right.
got circles that's like, you know what, girl, did I ask you to have it? Pull up. And I'm like, so now, we all got it. So if anyone
Right.
don't have it, first of all, what do you need? That's how we are
Right.
now. Like what you need? You need gas, you need whoop, wop, wop, slide it to you. Whatever.
Right.
That's how we get down. But we done came a long way. I went from
Mhm.
lying to y'all to telling y'all to now who need it. Tell me,
Right.
ain't life good?
Right.
Facts.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
Right.
what's up. Benji Banks, the man in the brand. Talk to me, man. Have you ever had to dip out on somebody because you ain't had that bread?
Yeah, I got a crazy one because this one still sticks with me. And Ken, I'll say this because you'll know instantly. You remember when I came to Texas, not when I was married, years ago, I brought two chicks with us to the spot, right?
Mm-hmm.
All right, Pete. So this is around the time I quit my job at the company and I started, my business and I was working my business, yada yada yada. All of that was cool. Well, things weren't going so well for a little while. Your boy didn't have, this regular bread that he wanted. You get what I'm saying? So I was scheduled to meet with some owners in Austin, Texas, wine, because I was going to get my wine in their store. And I didn't have the bread, dog. Like I didn't have nothing. So the girl booked the thing for me, and she's like, this is the conversation. They want to meet with you. They want to discuss this about your wine and this and that. And I was geeked like at the beginning because she had told me in advance, and I was like, yeah, I'm about to have my wine in this nice little winery out in Austin, Texas. And so I'm super excited, right? Anytime you get a play, you're thinking like, yeah, all right, cool. Man, I didn't have the money to fly to Texas. I didn't have the money to get a rental car. None of that, dog. When the time came up, and man, I was like, this is wild. Like, it's crazy. So I'm struggling because I'm about to miss out on this opportunity. Well, she paid for the ticket and everything for me to get out there. Now, mind you, the ride to get out there, of course, fly then get on the party bus to head out to Austin, Texas, and all of that type of stuff. I ain't had no bread, dog. So I was like, hey, I can't make it. And she put it all on her tab. And I was like, all right, cool. But then the sad part is when I got there, fam, I ain't had no money to eat, none of that.
Dang.
So I was like, man, I really didn't want to do it, but I thought it was going to be a solid play. So I was like, dang. So I'm in Austin, Texas, fam, with no bread, pissed, hot. And so I had, you know what I'm saying? Them moments make you feel super, super, super low. You get what I'm saying? So I'm fortunate. There's some more stuff that comes with that story, but yeah, I'll leave it at that.
Yeah, man, that's
wow.
I ain't traveling nowhere, bro. I can't do it.
Right.
I can't do it. I can't be stuck. And now I'm not only am I stuck, I can't even go in my own fridge and make a meal. Like
Right.
I'm stuck.
Man, listen.
Man.
That one was tough, but I thought that play was gonna be legit. And I was, yeah. You mean by the caseloads?
Yeah.
You about to have, man.
Yeah.
Man,
This moral of the story is stay home if you have to.
Hey, you know what? That is it. Stay home. If you ain't got the bread, like Trisha Michelle said, tell your friends, be honest with them, family members, whoever. I just ain't got it right now. And you never know. The people you telling you ain't got it, they might be like, you know what? I got it. So then they, you know what I'm saying? Just be honest with them. But I ain't gonna lie to you, mine real simple. When my kids were young, my kids were the reason why I ain't go a lot of places, literally. And it wasn't because I had to, be there for them or somebody wasn't there to watch them. We didn't have babysitter. I just didn't have the bread because I was young. Had 2 kids. You know what I'm saying? Trying to go to school, had a lot of stuff going on. I ain't had the bread to do it. So guess what? I ain't going.
I ain't going.
Come up,
I'm
man.
good.
Yeah, you know what? My son, he fell asleep, man, and I don't even want to wake him up. Doing all this stuff, just coming up with any kind of excuse, but it always had to do with the kids. So that keeps them from asking a bunch of questions because a lot of my friends at that time, they didn't have kids of their own, so they didn't know what that world was like to be young and have kids. So they would just be like, okay, cool. Well, you know what? We'll just come over there and play the game or whatever. Yeah, y'all can come over and play the game. Let's just hang out. Let's make it the guys, the guys' night. We just over here playing the game and chilling. You know what I'm saying? And they would bring snacks or whatever and drinks and we just be chilling. But I just didn't have the bread. But, and it's one of those things that as we got older, it'd be certain situations where, because they didn't have kids when we would go places, they would just automatically be like, hey, Ken, don't worry about it, bro. We know you got the boys at home, whatever. Don't worry about it. It's on me. I got it. I ain't got no kids. I'm out here. I'm doing well. So, you know what I'm saying? I'll pay for it. So those type of guys that I hang around with. And I'm thankful for that, to this day because now we're all doing well.
Right.
When we go out to lunch and stuff like that, we can rotate. Hey, you paid last time. I got it this time. You know what I'm saying? That type of stuff. So the energy is definitely different now. But, without these times that we talk about with these broke chronicles, we wouldn't learn to be the people that we are today. So that's why we like to share these broke chronicles because they're funny now, but they're learning experiences. But at the same time, there are people out there who are still experiencing this type of stuff. And this is inspirational to them because guess what? As the old folks say, trouble don't last always. Things will get better. You just have to keep pushing. And one day, these broke chronicles in your life will be a thing of the past, and you'll be able to look back at them and say, you know what? That's funny. That's a funny story, but I'm doing much better now, and this is what I'm doing in my life. So that's why we like to share this stuff, man. Because we want to show y'all we're human too.
We have some humble beginnings.
Yeah. Everybody ain't been plugging their car in their whole life. You know what I'm saying? That's just now in life where people plugging cars in. You know what I'm saying? And riding around in nice, you know what I'm saying, name brand cars. You know what I'm saying? None of those off brand cars, name brands. Yeah. All right. So we had fun this episode as usual. A lot of wild topics, but we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here and let you all get back to your regular scheduled program. You've been rocking with Big Ken, Trish Michelle, Benji Banks, the Fire Session. The fire doesn't stop here. Catch us next week with more heat. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe so you don't miss the next session. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Thank you for your support. And until next time, stay lit. It's the Fire Session. Peace.